Hey everyone, very good evening to all.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, guys. Just wait for 1 or 2 minutes more. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let me see what is happening here. All good.
So you think you might be a great project manager, but you need to enhance your
Okay. So let me share my screen. You guys are able to see my screen, right? Can confirm?
Yeah, it's visible.
So much. Thank you so much for confirming. All right. Let me do the adjustment as well. Okay. All right. Let me put it here. Okay, so let's start, right? So today we are going to discuss more about the fundamental of the SD-WAN. So throughout this session, we'll try to understand different key concepts of the SD-WAN. Along with that, we'll try to explore the product, why this SD-WAN is very popular in the market. And also we try to understand what was the problem with the legacy WAN and how the SD-WAN is going to overcome those kind of the problem. And we'll also try to understand how basically we can do the hands-on lab practice for this SD-WAN. So we have the lab infrastructure. This lab is completely blank lab. So there would be no any configuration. So from scratch, you are going to understand how the underlay is going to be configured, how the overlay is going to be configured, and then how we can set up the SD-WAN fabric. So in next 1 hour and 1.5 hour, less than 1.5 hour, we'll try to see the different key features, the lab topologies, underlay overlay concept, and the more about the SD-WAN, what is the Cisco SD-WAN, what is overall SD-WAN, and how this different product and company launch their products as well. So at least you guys have some kind of the idea. So once again, hello everyone, and welcome to the today's session. And I'll be your instructor, and through this all session, I'll guide you. And I'm very much excited to do in deep dive in the very crucial topic, and that is very important in the world of networking. And this is known as Cisco SD-WAN, right? So if someone is going to use the name Cisco SD-WAN, let me write it here. So if someone is going to use the name of Cisco SD-WAN, someone is going to use the Viptela SD-WAN, and might be someone is going to take a name as a, sorry, let me make a little bit small. Mawaika, you want to say something? Shall I mute you? So someone is going, yeah, so someone is going to say like you just have to use the Catalyst SD-WAN, right? So all three, whatever Cisco SD-WAN, Catalyst SD-WAN, or might be the Viptela SD-WAN, this all is going to be same. Okay. So the same company, same name, some rebranding. So you don't have to worry about that. We are going to talk these only, and Viptela, Cisco, and Catalyst all are the same. Why did Cisco come in a picture? Why Viptela come in a picture? Why Catalyst come in a picture? We'll try to explore. And what kind of differences we're going to find? Also, we try to explore. So let me mute. So we try to understand each and everything. So in this session, we are going to discuss about these all three technologies, and these all are the same. So why this technology is very important? Because this technology is the kind of the revolutions in network and security infrastructure. And please guys, mute yourself. Please request you all, please mute yourself. because it's a distraction for the other people. So I request everyone, please mute yourself. So this technology is like kind of the revolution in the industry for the network and security, and especially it's come and become very popular in the new era of networking, because the way of network adoption that has been adopted by different company, that completely changed, because people have to work from the anywhere. You might be work from the office, you might be work from the home, you might be work from traveling, and you want to maintain the high speed networking, that is the fast networking. At the same time, you want to maintain the very secure communication, means whatever the communication is happening from the source or destination, that should be secure as well. And also the applications which are hosted in the globally in the different like cloud provider, that should be also accessible without any problem, without any latency, without any kind of delay kind of the stuff. So that's also very important. So this SD-WAN, how going to meet those all requirement? We'll try to explore the key concept, how things is going to be revolutionized, like revolutionize the things. And also we try to discuss the most important key feature of this SD-WAN, and we'll see how it is going to solve the problem of the traditional WAN. Means we have the WAN in one place. So we try to understand how the traditional WAN problem was going to solve by this particular SD-WAN. And by end of the sessions, we try to understand how these all three products are linked together. Means Cisco SD-WAN and Viptela SD-WAN and Catalyst SD-WAN. So this is all agenda, and also we'll try to explore the labs part as well. So stay connected, and also try to be, understand each and every like aspect of this SD-WAN from the basic to like advanced, so that you will get the entire flavor of this SD-WAN concept. Else it is always going to be a problem for you. In between, if you have any questions, right? When I'm going to explain anything and you have any questions you want to ask me, please feel free to ask, raise your hand, put your query in the chat. Even you want to speak, just unmute yourself. Make sure you are in the, not in the public place, so we can avoid the lot of noises. So there would be no disturbance. So if you have the quiet location, so you can just ask the question. There is no problem at all. So let us start. First of all, who all heard about the SD-WAN? Everyone? Can you just give me a thumbs up? Or someone in the class who don't know about anything about the SD-WAN? Is there someone in the class who don't know anything about the SD-WAN? Just give me thumbs up or say yes in chat if you want to say. But at least I also understand you guys are familiar with that. So I can see we have the multiple people have the respond. They know about the SD-WAN. Saurabh is saying you don't know about anything about SD-WAN. Why? You know that, right? You're just kidding. Okay, so I can see like a lot of people have the understanding about the SD-WAN, right? So at least you know what is SD-WAN, or might be you have little bit idea about the SD-WAN. Yes, at least you heard about the name. So that is my main objective. At least you know about this term. So if you know about this term, definitely I'll make you more deeper understanding why this SD-WAN going to come in a picture, and what is the SD-WAN, how the SD-WAN was basically transition start happening for the legacy WAN to SD-WAN in the earlier phase in 2015-16, that also, and 17, that also we try to understand. So one thing, when I talk about SD-WAN, so SD-WAN is something which is your software defined networking, right? So SD-WAN is something that is a software defined networking, and this software defined networking is definitely going to be game changer for you. If I just going to compare with the normal, let me see that my PPT. Just hold on. Yeah. So this is your traditional WAN architecture. Okay. So in this traditional WAN architecture, we have the routers, and these routers are located in different locations. And these locations are known as your branch location, data center location, and this might be the same country with the multiple cities, or might be they have the multiple country with the multiple cities. So it totally depends how your organization is going to look like. It's a global organization or domestic organization. So if you are domestic, means you are doing the business in the same country. So your all branch location are going to be located within the same country with a different city. And one branch is going to connect with another branch via the WAN. So WAN is going to be required. This router is going to carry the traffic. So your LAN is going to be integrated. So this is one LAN and this is another LAN. So if these two want to talk to each other, so if they want to talk to each other, then their data must be travel over the WAN. So the traffic will come from this PC and this will go via the WAN and is going to reach out to the particular LAN. So everything was going fine. There was not any problem. All was going good. But something changed of the way of working, the way of accessing the application. So these devices or this technology, that is the WAN, which we keep using since many years, that become kind of the unscalable. They are not performing as per the expectation of the your network requirement, right? They also having a lot of cost involved there. So cost was one factor, right? They are having the complexity in the configuration. And the most important thing, if you want to integrate this WAN technology with the cloud-based solutions, basically now application will start hosting in the cloud. Basically, we are talking about the Azure cloud, we are talking about the AWS cloud, we are talking about the GCP cloud, we have other private cloud, public cloud vendors are available in the market. So these basically cloud integration is one of the major challenge, and because of that cloud integration problem, we are unable to get a right performance from the legacy WAN. So to avoid this problem, definitely we have to use some new technology, and that technology should be meet or might be solve this all problem. So that's why SD-WAN come in a picture. So the cost saving is going to be happen. The complex configuration is going to be minimized. Poor cloud performance means if you are going to integrate with the cloud, that is also going to be simplified. Additionally, whatever the traffic is processing via the your legacy WAN, you don't have the visibility what user is accessing what kind of the application and how much bandwidth he is consuming. If you want to do, you have to integrate again a lot of third-party tools, right? Third-party software and all. So that is going to again give the like complexity in the network. You have to add more kind of the engineers to manage those particular special feature and tools. So that is another level of problem is going to be happen. But if you're going to use the SD-WAN, definitely you have the single pane of glass, and that single pane of glass is basically going to help a lot. Why it is going to help a lot? Because it is going to just solve your all problem. It is just going to provide each and everything, means whatever is happening in your network, that is going to give the entire visibility of your network. All right. So this is how traditional WAN was having a problem, and this SD-WAN is going to minimize those all problem. One more important thing, guys, when I talk about the SD-WAN, this SD-WAN having the architecture that is known as the control plane, that is known as the management plane, and that is known as the data plane. So these control plane, management plane, data plane also limited to the box, means any communication which is happening through my network, that is just going to limit within the router. Means my processing is going to happen within the router. My control information means routing is going to process by the router. My data plane is also going to happen in the router. There is no separate plane. Means one router is going to dead. My entire brain is going to be dead. My entire traffic is going to be dead. Even I am going to lose my management as well. So this was also challenge because we are just dependent on the local to the router, and to just mitigate those problems, We have to apply dual router, triple router, might be a lot of redundancy as well. And we have to do the devices level configuration. That is again a complexity is a network. So this is a little bit challenges, not a little bit, it's a more challenging in the traditional WAN, but when you talk about the SD-WAN, so this SD-WAN is become the very powerful in networking industry, especially and the security as well. Why it's become very powerful? Because it solved all the problem which was having in the our legacy WAN. So that's why if I talk about the SD-WAN, Cisco SD-WAN, or we can call as a software-defined wide area network, that is known as the Cisco SD-WAN software-defined wide area network, is a modern solution that enables your organization to manage network more efficiently by leveraging, by using the control and security and traffic flow with the software-based programming. Means what is software-based programming? You don't have to do any programming, but earlier we have the routers. These router having the iOS. So this is the program-based iOS. It is just made with the JSON-based language they are going to use, JavaScript object notations. So these are the different machine language learning, and that is going to do the backend, all the configuration and how things is going to work within the machine, because machine understand only the machine learning language. Human understand the human learning language, right? So Python, JSONs, these are the different language. They basically based on that JavaScript, they prepare the develop that particular iOS. Also, they use some kind of the other development tools which is going to develop the iOS and all. But these were just non-intelligence iOS, means these were the iOS which having a less intelligence. But when I just using the Cisco SD-WAN, basically it was add the software defined again. The iOS is there, again iOS is there, but this was the not a very intelligent iOS, but when I add the software defined, means your program is going to run based on the software defined brain. So that's why you are going to use the software to just control your connectivity, security, and traffic flow. Means you have the more feature, right? So Cisco SD-WAN is going to simplify your complexity of the WAN architecture, which I discussed right now. Means whatever we have the complexity like the poor network connectivity with the cloud infrastructure, complex configuration, high maintenance, less security features. So a lot of things we have the problem. We'll discuss one by one. So even if you want to see that, just let me open this PPT. So if you see that this was the different problems, right? Improve the performance, boost the security and all. So if I want to reduce these all problems, then we need the SD-WAN. So that's why it is going to simplify the connectivity of the WAN infrastructure by using the intelligent software, and that is your iOS. Because your software has been upgraded with the new kind of the code to just route your traffic across the multiple type of the connection. It could be your MPLS connection, even the SD-WAN you can use the MPLS, right? In MPLS you can use that. You can use the internet as well. This internet could be your 4G, right? Your 5G, you might be have to use your LTE, that is a 4G again, or any broadband circuits. It could be anything. So whatever you have the transport, whatever you have the ISPs, I don't have to take any kind of the tension. Even my SD-WAN is going to compatible with those kind of the ISPs, and they are going to provide the secure connectivity with your applications, your network to network connectivity, and also they are going to enforce the policies, very granular policy to control your traffic routings. So this is the like introduction about the SD-WAN, but what is the core idea? If I talk about why basically SD-WAN come in a picture, what was the core idea? Anyone know about the core idea of the SD-WAN? Core idea of the SD-WAN? Any guess? Anyone know about that? Just try to speak up. What is the core idea of
Yes.
SD-WAN?
Scalability.
Sorry?
Scalability.
Yeah, that's great. Scalability is one thing. Yeah, definitely.
Security.
Yeah. That these are the more about the feature, but what was the idea? Means if I want to compare with the SD-WAN to the WAN, what was the idea basically?
Less resource is required.
Less resource is going to be required. That's a good thing. Okay. What else?
बेसिकली सर इसमें इसका जो मेन की पॉइंट है एसडी वैन जो मार्केट में है और लोग जो इसको अडॉप्ट कर रहे हैं उसका मेन वन ऑफ द मेन रीज़न ये है कि इसमें जो बेसिकली हमारे पास दो प्लेन होते हैं डेटा और कंट्रोल। तो जो डेटा प्लेन कंट्रोल प्लेन होता है वो सेंट्रलाइज्ड होता है और जो डेटा प्लेन होता है वो विद रिस्पेक्ट टू दी साइट होता है। दैट्स इट।
Perfect answer. This is what I want to listen from the audience. So the data plane and we have the control plane. So let me add it here. Thank you so much. You guys also note this, probably might be this is going to be asked in the interview, and we have the management plane as well. So we have different planes. So the core idea was, because I told in the previous slide, if I go in the previous slide, let me see where it was. Let me go. Yeah. So in previous slide, you can see, if I talk about the management plane, control plane, data plane, this all are going to reside in the router itself. Means from the router, you have to manage, you have to control, you have to do all the data processing within the router itself. So this was within the box. But if I talk about the SD-WAN core idea, so the SD-WAN core idea was, it is going to decouple. It is going to decouple. So let me write here. It will decouples your MGMT, control, and data plane. Simple. Means the management plane and data plane and your control plane, that all are going to be decoupled. And most important, all devices are having a single management with the local to the box. So by decoupling this all, my routing is going to be one place. Routing is going to manage from one place. Management will be managed from one place. But your data will be processed by individual routers. Okay. So what does means? Means the core idea is, it is going to decouple your management plane. Means this router having a three brains, three kind of the different. So this having one box, this is the management, this is the control, and this is the data. So I'm going to put all management and data here. Sorry, management and control plane here. Means the brain, I'll just extract from all the router and I'll make these routers as the brainless. So these all router will become the brainless. And I'll put all the brain, because management and control is just a brain. Only I left with the data. Means you just have to switch the traffic locally or might be branch to branch, that you want to do that, you can do that. So this was the core idea, to just decouple the management, control, and data plane. And this was the key concept of the SD-WAN as well. How it is going to help that, we'll discuss about that. Clear? Everyone clear here? What was the core idea and how it is going to work? We'll discuss definitely how decoupling is going to be happen. I'll explain one by one, each and every steps. Now, if anyone not understand this concept, what is decoupling, please ask me. I'll try to explain it again. Now, moving next, history of SD-WAN. Initially, when I start the session, I discuss about, we have some history, right? I discuss about, we have the, we have the Viptela SD-WAN. we have the Cisco SD-WAN, and we have the Catalyst SD-WAN. So if someone is going to ask you, do you know the SD-WAN Catalyst? Do you know the SD-WAN Viptela? Do you know the SD-WAN Cisco? So the common answer after completing this course, yes, I know all three. Okay, why all three? Let me explain the history. So this is the history of the Cisco SD-WAN. You should also know the history of Cisco SD-WAN solution. Okay, so Cisco SD-WAN entered in the SD-WAN market in a big way, means very popular way, after acquiring one of the company that is known as the Viptela. Means this was not a solution from the Cisco. Means initially when Cisco enter in the market for the Cisco SD-WAN solution, right? This is a not key concept of the Cisco. This was the Viptela. So what company did? Cisco, it just purchased the company, acquired the company, buy the company in 2017. So after buying this company, it's become officially Cisco company. And this is how Cisco enter in the SD-WAN market. Means before Cisco, Viptela was there who developed this solution. It's quite popular solutions. So let's say suppose you have some good idea, right? You want to design some good car and you make your own company and you invested a lot of amount and you really design very nice car. And now Tata want or Hyundai want to just take in your idea, and because they have the very good customer base already available in the market, so they will reach out to you. Hey man, can you just sell your company? Will give the very good amount to you. So might be you spend 100 CR and they're going to give 1000 CR. So you think, yeah, why not I can sell this product and I can build another car again because I have the skill set. So similarly, Viptela was the company who manufactured before, like in 2015 and 16, it was entered in the market. But in 17, Cisco acquired this company and now it's become officially Cisco SD-WAN in the market. But there was a condition during the agreement. Whenever you're going to sell this product, Viptela one, you just have to use the same company name. Like everyone want to love their brand because they make the brand by investing a lot of time, lot of money. So they want to utilize their brand value or brand name as well. So till now, still whatever the boxes Cisco is selling for the Viptela, that is still known as the vEdge router, vManage we have, vBond we have, vSmart we have. And it was kept selling up to last year, means 2023. It was selling with the same name, Viptela. Might be there was a 5-year of agreement. Before 5 year, it cannot be changed. So 2017 they acquired, 2022 they didn't change anything, but in 2023 they start implementing some changes. So might be there is a 5-year contract. Might be you cannot change anything but the brand value till the 5 year, and after that you can rename that as well. So this was how they enter in the market and start selling the product of the Cisco SD-WAN. But there is another challenge. Let's suppose I am the Cisco customer and I am already having the very good product from the Cisco. Let's suppose I have the routers. This is a router from Cisco. This is the R1. This is the R2, right? This is the R3. And I just purchased few months back, right? Just purchased few months back. And now Cisco is going to come and going to say, no, you just take the new solution that is a Cisco SD-WAN, which is known as Viptela SD-WAN, and then you are going to use the new feature. So you purchase one car from the Hyundai or might be the BMW and just invested around 20 lakh or 30 lakh on that particular car, or might be 50 lakh for that particular car. And within the 1 year, Hyundai or might be BMW or any other car vendor is coming to, no, you just dump this car and buy the new car because I have the new feature with the new car. So probably it is quite impossible for the any individual to invest again that much amount to just buy the new car, right? So what is the problem start happening when Cisco start approaching their solution to the different vendors, means their customers, right? Hey, can you upgrade this solution? So probably it is a very huge investment again. So if it is a huge investment, so the customers basically start saying, do you have any alternate? So I can still use the SD-WAN solution, but I don't have to pay a lot. So then Cisco developed one solution, and that solution was, if you are the customer and you are using some ASR router, you are using the CSR router, you are using the ISR router, you don't have to buy this new box, means new hardware you don't have to buy. Even you can use the SD-WAN solution just by upgrading your iOS. So you just have to upgrade the iOS, you have to take the license, and then still you can leverage the SD-WAN solutions. So this is how basically the problem was solved. So the device which was upgraded on the Cisco SD-WAN solution from the normal ISR, ASR or CSR router, that device basically start known, means that we known as basically those kind of devices is the Cisco SD-WAN solution, right? Let me, okay, leave it. Give me 1 minute. Yeah, so that is known as initially was the Viptela. So if you're going to use this VSCH router, that is a Viptela SD-WAN. If you're going to upgrade your image from the any ISR, ASR, CSR router, that is become the Cisco SD-WAN router. And these devices known as the C-Edge router. Clear to all? So C-Edge router is a Cisco Edge router, means Cisco End Edge router. V-Edge means Viptela Edge router. Both are the same SD-WAN. So if I'm talking as a Cisco SD-WAN and Viptela SD-WAN, this is going to be same. Means after acquisition, Cisco has just start using this Viptela branding base hardwares, and then at the same time they also introduce the ASR, ISR, CSR to just upgrade their image, and you start using the normal routers. Now what is a Catalyst SD-WAN then? And where this Catalyst SD-WAN come in a picture? So we have this Catalyst SD-WAN, and this SD-WAN come in a picture after Cisco, after Viptela in 2023. Why this is coming in a picture? Cisco, when start selling this product, they have a lot of confusion like vEdge, we have the vManage, C-Edge and vSmart. So they want to rebrand their product, right? So after acquiring the Viptela, Cisco done their integration with the SD-WAN capabilities, the normal router, ASR, CSR, and the ISR router. But like people having different confusion, they keep saying the Viptela, they keep saying the Cisco. So Cisco just rename Viptela or Cisco as a one name, that is known as the Catalyst SD-WAN. And after renaming the Catalyst SD-WAN, they also change the name of the control plane devices and data plane devices. So let me show you how it is going to be look like. Let me show you one of the diagram. Means one of the document, so you understand. So let me open it. So this is a Catalyst SD-WAN. So if you go a little bit down, see here. So if you compare with this diagram and if you compare with this diagram, see this diagram was a Viptela. We have the name as a vManage, vBond, vSmart, vEdge and C-Edge. Also there was C-Edge as well. Let me write here, because when you just going to use the ISR, ASR and CSR, this router image will known as the C-Edge. So we have these kind of the vEdge and C-Edge. But after catalyst, right? You can see we not have any VH in CH in this particular diagram. You're not able to see that. Now my vManage become the vManager. My vManage become the vManager. My vSmart become the controller. My vBond become the validator. My CH and VH become the your vManage router. So this vManage is going to in combination, either it is going to VH or CH. Still you are going to use VH or CH, but just name has been changed, the vManage. This validator is nothing, it's your vBond, right? This your controller is something we can rename as the vSmart. All right. And this is your manager, which is known as the vManage. So probably you don't know what is the vManage, what is the vSmart, what is the vBond. You don't have to worry at all. All right. You just have to understand this concept. Later I'll make you complete understanding what is the role of vBond, right? And why it's become the validator, what kind of the validation it is going to do that, what is my vSmart, what kind of the become the control power they have, these all the vSmart controller, and what is my vManage and how it is going to do the management, that is a vManage. So even in the lab also you can see here, we have the same concept, we have the vManage. So you just have to think about the manager, vBond, validator, vSmart, controller, and these all is known as the edge router. Basically, we can call as the WAN edge router. Clear? So it was just a rebranding, nothing more than that, and that's become your Catalyst SD-WAN. So still your all configuration, still your all way of doing kind of the troubleshooting, creating the template, each and everything is going to be same. Only the brand name has been changed, the controller name has been changed. So this is the history of this particular SD-WAN. Any question till here? Any question till here? Or all good? Just give me a thumbs up.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So now we have to discuss what is the SDN and why basically we require the SDN as well. So probably you have idea about the SDN. You don't have idea, no need to worry. Let me make you understand the idea of the SD-WAN. So let me just use some kind of the. So we have the SDN concept that is known as a software defined networking.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Sir, earlier you teach us about that they have offered a new name like Cisco after Viptela, and Cisco asked their customer to purchase the new iOS from them. So my question is that after upgrading their devices with new iOS, did anything changed? Like any setting, anything?
Yes, definitely that is going to be changed. That's not going to be the same. So we will do also that integration in the lab environment. So we have this CH, you can see. So it
Yes.
is going to become the new way of the command configuration. Even you have to run the different command set as well. So if you want to see the command set, say this is a CH command. So if you have the normal router, you cannot run these all command. But after upgrading the CH, you have to run these all commands. You can see. So I'll tell
Yeah.
how this command is going to look like and how we can run this. So you just have to use this command for the CA, this command, the VH. VH by default, you can run this command. But if I have the, let's suppose normal ISR router, I cannot run these or SD-WAN command. So once I upgrade my router, I can able to run these all commands. Clearly?
Okay, understood, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So we'll discuss later stage. Okay. I'll make you more understanding on it. So if you see here, like we have the SD access and that we have the ACI. So in early days, SDN having a concept, right? And by leveraging this concept, only SD-WAN, SD-Access, ACI come in a picture. So SDN having these three, basically, you can just think about, let me talk in this way. Okay, so I can just duplicate and I can just connect in this way, right? And I can just duplicate again and I can connect from here to here. So let me put all three together. Okay. So this SDN was developed, that is known as a software defined networking. So you can call as a software defined networking, right? And it was the base concept. And based on this base concept, every SDN technologies, which is the SD-WAN, SD-Access, and ACI, they use to just decouple control plane and data plane. So in all scenario, even I'm going to use SD-WAN, I'm going to decouple control plane and data planes, right? So I'm going to decouple it. So just ignore the typo. So same is going to be happen for this one. Same is going to be happen this one. So SDN is a network architecture. Basically, it's approach that is going to allow to give the intelligence. That intelligence will help you to deploy and control your entire fabric, which is going to be based on the software defined, and also that is going to be controlled centrally, rather than traditionally you have to go each and every hardware for their control and management process. This is not like that, right? So this is your SDN concept, how it is going to be look like. Now if I talk about the key concept of the SDN, that's I mentioned the first key concept is the decouple control plane and data plane. This was the key concept, and that has been used in this particular SD-WAN solution. The same key concept is going to use for this. Same key concept is going to use for the SD access. Same is for the ACI. This is the first key concept. What is second key concept we have? So if I talk about the second key concept, we have the centralized management. So decouple, and then we have to do the centralized management. Third is we have to add programming, right? So we have the programmability, right? So we have the additional feature, that is the programmability. These three are the key features: central management, decouple the control plane, data plane. And this was the same objective that has been replicated by the SD-WAN, SD access, and the ACI. When you have these all three solutions, that your network is known as the SDN network. Clear? So if I talk about the SDN, we have to use the SD-WAN, right? We have to use the SD access. This is for the WAN, completely WAN. You can use this. This is for your LAN. That is also you can call SD-LAN, and this is for your data centers. Clear to everyone? So this was the key concept of the SDN, and we are going to touch this only WAN solution. If you want to understand the SD access, then you have to go for the additional SD access course. If you want to learn the data center, then you have to learn the Nexus and the ACI together. Then you become the data center experts. These are the different course syllabus available in our Cisco portal. You just go and refer that also. So I hope you all are clear about that. Now, if I talk about little bit like course content, right? What is the course content officially available for this SD-WAN syllabus? Definitely we have the course content. If you see in this our PPT. So let me open this one. So here we don't have the PPT. Let me open the official course content. Let me see if it is available in my folder in somewhere. Just give me 1 second. So let me open here and in core NRC, Palo Alto, SD-WAN not available. Okay, so let me go on the internet. So what curriculum you are going to cover in this particular session? That also most important for us. Cisco SD-WAN syllabus. So this is your exam. So if you want to give the exam, you have to book the exam. That is for the 300.451. That is known as exam code is ENSDWI. Okay. The exam fee is $300 US. And if I go here, you can just go for the 90-minute duration for the exam. This exam is available for the English and Japanese language. And you can schedule the exam directly here. And these are the exam topics. The SD-WAN architecture, the controller deployment, edge router deployment, policies, securities, quality of service, multicasting, and management operations. So if I want to review the exam topics for detailed understanding, so you can see here is the entire topic. If you want to download this PDF file, you can just download it. You want to open that, this is going to be open a complete syllabus of this SD-WAN. So this is the official course outline for the Cisco SD-WAN, and we are going to cover exactly the same official course outline for our learning. Nothing is going to be deviated here, and we will try to do all deployment, means 100%. Whatever we can do that, almost 100% deployment is going to happen in our lab environment, one of the biggest lab available in very large kind of the architecture where we have the controllers. We will understand what is the use of the controllers. We have the 3 branch sites, site 3, site 4, and site 5. 1 data center site and 1 site, again a branch, but with integration of the CH. So we will learn how to integrate with the VH, how to integrate with the CH, how to deploy the controller, and definitely other routing and key concept will definitely understand about this SD-WAN as well. So if I just understand about this, implementing Cisco SD-WAN solution, that is the latest version 1.2. The exam code is 300.415. And this exam description, it is going to give you like you want to certify. It's not my recommendation. You go and become the certification of this particular Cisco SD-WAN. You should have the knowledge. This is my first recommendation. But you see here, we have the architecture that is a weightage of 20%. And in this architecture, you have to understand a lot. Trust me, you have to understand a lot. Means you have to know about the Cisco SD-WAN description. What is the orchestration plane? You can see again, still they are using the vBond, NAT, vManage. But in the Catalyst SD-WAN, these all name has been gone. But as per the official course outline, you should always know about the vBond, NAT, management plane. You have to understand the control plane, vSmart, OMP, TLOC, vRoute. You have to understand about the IPsec, GRE, BFD, multi-region fabric, how it is going to. So these all about your like architecture understanding. You have to understand about the Cisco SD-WAN edge platform capabilities. You have to understand these all 3 kind of the platform, that is cloud on ramp, SaaS, what is the software as services, what is the infrastructure as services, what is the co-locations, what is the multi-clouds, cloud and interconnects, that also. So these all are the most theoretical part. But trust me guys, this is the one part, if you have the right understanding, it will help to crack your interviews. So we have to put a lot of effort on this architecture, and you can see still we have the 20% exam weightage as well. So you cannot ignore this architecture, because once you not have the right architecture knowledge, you probably not able to do the right configuration and like troubleshooting of the SD-WAN, because you don't have the basic concept. Once you have the architecture level of the understanding, we will move the controller deployment. In this controller deployment, we'll discuss how the controller going to deploy in the lab environment. We'll try to understand the basic connectivity, how it is going to happen step by step, and then also how it is going to deploy in the on premises. What is the option cloud deployment? What is the on premises? So basically we are going to refer the cloud one as well and on premises as well, right? And how it is going to host in the platform, installing the controller, scalability, redundancy, configure certificate and device list, troubleshoot. And so entire controller is going to deploy. How the certification is going to be happen? We have the step-by-step lab guides. Let me show you. So you guys have to follow the lab guides as well. So if I just open the, let me see here. Yeah, so if you go in the Cisco SD-WAN, so we have the all lab guides available. So any kind of deployment you have to do that. Let's suppose I want to deploy some kind of the vSmart, right? So how the vSmart lab guide is going to look like? What is the step-by-step configuration I have to do that to deploy this vSmart? Similarly, every document is available. You just see all lab guide for policy, template, everything is available. You just have to follow this lab guide and you have to do the deployment. Okay. Then we also have to understand how the troubleshooting is going to happen for the control plane, right? Underlay connectivity. Once we're done with this controller deployment, and once we understand the underlay overlay connectivity, how the routing is going to build for the static BGP MPLS circuit is going to be activated, then we'll discuss about the router deployment, where we'll discuss about the WAN onboarding process, what is the JTP process, what is the bootstrap process, for data center regional hub deployment, right? So we have the even data center, right? You want to make the regional hub, you can make the regional hub site, you can see. So it's acting a data center, regional hub both. So it lies that also. We also understand circuit termination, TLOC extension. So you can see here we can do the TLOC extension, different with circuit termination, how it is going to happen, how the tunnels is going to be created, TLS, DTLS, BFD, IPsec, that all we have to understand. Dynamic tunnels, overlay connectivity, OMP configuration, TLOC, HSRP, VRRP, BGP, EIGRP, everything, because LAN integration also we have to do it here. So in this, every configuration, integration, redistribution, that also we have to understand. This is the most important. With LAN, you have to deploy 3 LANs are here. So one is going to use the BGP, one OSP, one static route. All right. Then this section also 20%. We have to understand the multicast concept. We have to understand the feature profile and workflow, how it is going to happen. Here theoretical stuffs. So I'll explain these all things as well. So you will get the entire understanding. Most important thing about the policies. And in this section, router deployment and control deployment, also we have to understand the templates, that is a device template and feature template. Probably you are hearing first time. So I'll make sure how the device template and feature template is going to be happen, how the CLI template is going to happen, that all is going to be covered. And then policies, centralized policy, configure data policies, configure end-to-end segmentation, VPN segmentation, topology, configure SD-WAN application aware routing, configure direct internet access. So everything is available. DIA circuit is available. We'll see in the lab guide how this all is going to be configured, how the test. This is the brain. Actual engineering is your policy. So we have to put a lot of effort in the policy. And if you guys don't know about template in the policy, that means you don't know about the SD-WAN, right? Because if you know how localized policy, centralized policy is going to be implemented, how the data policy, how the control policy is going to be implemented, then only you are going to become the next generation engineer. Else you are going to always be legacy engineer, means normal BGP OSP based engineer. So it's very easy. Trust me, it's very easy. I make your life very easy because I know how it is going to be done and how I can going to how I will going to explain this all step by step. How I'll give the flavor of the configuration, understanding in terms of CLI and GUI. That also most important. So first time we'll build everything in the lab in the CLI. Once we have the right understanding in the CLI, then we'll move to GUI. Then we'll understand the device configuration, device template. Via the CLI, via the GUI, you will compare step by step, and then you deploy the policies and all. Then we'll understand the SD-WAN security. We have to configure the service insertion. Service insertion might be new for you. You have to understand how the third-party firewall is going to be integrated in my SD-WAN fabric. It could be the Palo Alto, it could be the Cisco SA, it could be the Checkpoint, and how their services is going to be integrated. like firewall services, IPS services, IDS services. I want to integrate other network services, then how it is going to be integrated, and then how these services is going to be carried out from one branch to another branch to just make the communication and connectivity. That also very important, and we'll try to discuss those things as well. Okay, guys. So this is about the service insertion. Then we have to understand, because I'm the security trainer as well. So I'm very much interested to explain security stuff, because I keep giving the training on the Cisco ASA, Palo Alto, Checkpoint, FortiGate, Zscaler. So when I come to the GA, like the Cisco SD-WAN, it's have also all the security features available. Means with the help of the Cisco SD-WAN, although you don't have to learn this in this particular course content, because it's not actually going to require, but you have to understand, being a SD-WAN engineer, how application aware routing is going to be configured, firewall is going to be enabled, IPS intrusion prevention is going to be enabled, how the URL filtering is going to happen, how the MP is going to be configured, how the SSL TLS proxy is going to be configured, right? What does mean? What is a trust sec? What is a MACsec? What is DNS security? That also you have to understand. So means officially you should know about the theoretical part, but we'll do the lab, even one lab. And in this lab, I'll explain how the security policy is going to be configured, how it is going to integrate to the branch location as well. So you guys will get the entire flavor of the security. At least something is configured in your network. At least you should know how it is going to look like. So this is my additional interest. When I just train the people, I just give the entire knowledge even out of the syllabus sometime, because I feel personally it's important to know that. And if you are the trainer for the security, you love to pass the security knowledge. So at least your interest is going to build to learn the security. And once you learn the security, trust me, your package is going to be 2x and 3x in the very soon in the upcoming future. Because security with the network is a very good combination. And industry have the very less people who have the security and network knowledge together, and who have the right knowledge, they are getting a more salary in the market. Now you can also understand the QoS, how the QoS is going to be configured, what is the scheduling, queuing, shaping, policy, marking, per tunnel QoS, adaptive QoS. Also you have to understand about the TCP optimization, like DRE, data redundancy, elimination, packet duplication, forwarding, error detection, corrections, app now. So these are most of the theoretical stuff. Some is the configuration. Just one thing is the configuration, the QoS, and second is the service insertion. Rest is definitely we'll do the lab for this one also, firewall as well. But you just have to understand about the theoretical part. Last but very important, guys. Every topic is important about the management and operations, because you have to do daily basis job in your company. So you have to also know how to manage and operate the SD-WAN fabric. Means you have to understand the how authentication is going to happen, how the user is going to be created, how monitoring is going to happen, how the reporting is going to be happen, how the configuration authentication is going to be happening. Monitoring, you can see config monitoring is going to happen, reporting, REST API integration, and also software image upgradation process, how it is going to happen. So it's more about the operation. You have to take the daily basis circuit utilization report. You have to take the application utilization report, bandwidth utilization report, top talker, and everything that is available in the management operation plan. So entire course content, entire as per the official outline. And for policy, trust me, policy is very less here. But I'll teach you policy that is a more than which is available in the, here we have just few policies. Configure data policy, configure control policy, VPN segmentation, topology, but actual policy I have a lot. So you're going to get more about the policy as per latest syllabus, and you are going to understand much and more flavor in the SD-WAN fabric. Any question till here, guys, about this
yes,
course
sir.
content?
सर एक क्वेश्चन था कि लाइक जैसे हम लोग स्टडी करेंगे बीए पढ़ रहे हैं हम लोग एसडीवेन, तो इसमें डिप्लॉयमेंट जो है हम ऑन प्रेमिसेस भी देखेंगे या दोनों क्लाउड पे देखेंगे, पब्लिक और प्राइवेट, या सिर्फ पब्लिक पे ही देखेंगे?
See, this is the private cloud. This lab is in the private
Correct.
cloud. Okay.
Correct.
So we'll do the deployment in the private cloud. Because to do the deployment in the public cloud, it is first of all, you are not going to get in real time scenario unless your company is just having a subscription with the Amazon, AWS, or Azure. You can do that. Even you have the documentation, you can do that all deployment. GCP, how it is going to be, Azure, how it is going to happen. It's very simple. Deploy the controller and it's right as well. But Cisco give their own cloud-based instance by using their own platform, right? If you want to looking for the public cloud. So you have the option, you can just directly take the subscription from the Cisco, or you can deploy in the public cloud or the private cloud. The all concept is going to be same. So we are going to act as a private cloud because our eVNG-based labs, it's acting as a private cloud. So we are going to see this only because we have to get license and all in the public cloud. That is quite costly and not doable for time being. Okay.
अच्छा सर, एक रिक्वेस्ट ये थी कि लाइक मैंने कभी वैन पे काम लाइव प्रोजेक्ट में किया नहीं है। आई नो बीजीपी ओएसपीएफ और ईआईजीआरपी एज वेल, बट होता है ना कि एक लाइव प्रोजेक्ट पे जब काम करते हैं तो एक अलग ही रहता है। तो थोड़ा सा उस चीज को भी ना आप लेके चलना, मतलब हम हमारे लिए।
डन सी साकिर, वॉट एवर द कॉन्फ़िगरेशन हम लोग करेंगे आप, राइट? ट्रस्ट मी, आई एम गोइंग टू गिव द ऑल रियल टाइम एग्जांपल्स। ठीक है, आपको टेंशन की जरूरत नहीं है क्योंकि आई एम द आल्सो इंडस्ट्री एक्सपर्ट, सो डे टू डे हाउ डिप्लॉयमेंट इज गोइंग टू बी हैपन। आपको सोचना ही नहीं है बिल्कुल स्क्रैच से कि नया राउटर दे दिया कैसे कॉन्फ़िगर करना, मैं बिल्कुल आपको बताऊंगा। और क्या बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस हैं, कैसे चीजें चलती हैं, दैट आल्सो विल अंडरस्टैंड।
ओके, थैंक यू।
ठीक है, और एनी क्वेश्चन गाइस, एनीवन हैव?
Yeah, hi Vishal.
यस साबिर, बताइए।
So one thing like that what Shakir has asked, so I'm asking on that. So if you learn Cisco SD-WAN, so we'll be able to grab the other technologies of the SD-WAN, other vendor markets.
Yeah, that's also a good question. I forgot to explain that. So let me cover that also. So apart from Cisco SD-WAN, what else we have in the market, right? So we have the Cisco SD-WAN. That's a good
We
thing.
have the Warsaw.
Versa SD-WAN, okay. We have the Polo Alto SD-WAN. We have the G-Scaler
Velo.
SD-WAN. We have the Velo Cloud SD-WAN, right? We have Silver Peak SD-WAN, right? We have what else? We have FortiGate SD-WAN, right? We have Carto SD-WAN.
Velo Cloud.
We have NetSpoke SD-WAN. We have Nokia Nuage SD-WAN, right? Or you can just put a Nokia SD-WAN. Lot of things also, right? Let me put the ETC. So we have a lot of vendor available in the market for the SD-WAN solution. So which one is the best, right? And why should I learn the Cisco SD-WAN, Versa SD-WAN, these all things? So first thing, Cisco is the leader in terms of the WAN technology in the markets. Like Cisco have the almost 70-80% strike for the WAN technology, and rest are struggling within the 30% or 25% in the WAN technology, especially. So that's why Cisco having the very huge demand. Everyone uses Cisco router. Juniper is also there, but less having a demand in the WAN space. But FortiGate is quite doing well, right? Versa is also going to do well. G-Scaler is also doing well. Velo is also doing well. Some are also like targeting the WAN space with the new technology. So they all are selling their product, and we have the lot of opportunity in the market as well. So if you are going to learn the Cisco SD-WAN, right, or any SD-WAN, the core concept, right, is always going to be same. Means whatever I explain the core concept, like decoupling the data plane and control plane, management plane, programmability, we have central management. These all concept is going to be same. The only thing is going to be changed the way of doing the configuration, doing config. So it is going to be changed. Why it is going to be changed? Because Cisco might be have the different protocol, might be are going to use the OMP for the routing. Versa, you are going to use the BGP. Polo, you are going to use the BGP, might be G-Scaler, some other protocol. Velo, you might be use the VCMP. So different tunneling, different kind of the things is going to be there, and the configuration way of also going to be changed. So GY CLI, like you can just think about this way. If you have the Cisco router, and you have the Juniper router. Both are the router. If I want to configure the static route, I can configure in the Juniper router as well and Cisco router. But the way of doing the configuration is changed. I want to configure the BGP. It's possible in both, OSPF configuration in both. And if I want to run ISIS, it is also going to both same. MPLS is going to be same. But the way of doing the CLI configuration is going to be changed. So concept is going to be same. You just have to understand the platform. So I would not say if you learn the SD-WAN, you can understand directly the Versa. It's not the case. You understand the overall concept, but you have to do the practical just to do the configuration and deployment, because there are some challenges going to be happen if you don't do that all. In terms of the, how the template is going to configure policy, how the onboarding is going to happen. So you have to make a little bit your, practice. Clear, Sabir?
Yeah, perfect. Thanks.
All right. Any other question, guys? The lab is going to be available. Lab is going to be accessible for the everyone, right? So lab access is going to be available for the all. And it could be accessible from the anywhere 24/7. So you guys can access the lab and all. And there's no problem. So I believe that's all for today. Okay. And we're just building the basic concept initially, and we'll start the official deployment process very soon in the next class. Okay. So be ready and be prepared. At least you try to explore the SD-WAN concept, try to understand from the Google, read some documentations, right? So at least you have some basic idea when I tell in very detail. But once you have some basic idea, when I explain that, you can easily grab that. So this is my just recommendation. Still, if you don't have time, no need to worry. I'll explain from the very scratch. You will understand each and everything. So I believe we are good for today. So let's conclude it here and we'll connect in the next class.
एक क्वेश्चन और था वही।
Yes, बताइए।
उसमें सर ये है कि जैसे कंट्रोलर हमारे ये हार्डवेयर नहीं रहता ना, हमारा ये एज ए वर्चुअली डिप्लॉय होंगे ना रियलिस्टिक नेटवर्क में।
Yes, so controller जो रहता हमारा, it is never going to be a hardware. It is always going to be virtual. Okay. It can be always deployed in the cloud or might be the physical server.
Okay.
Yeah. So AWS Azure इसमें रहेगा आपका राउटर भी आपका राउटर आते हैं आपके हार्डवेयर आते हैं, but it can be virtual as well. ठीक है?
Okay, so thank you.
Thank you guys. Have a great evening. See you again next class. Bye bye.